Hey, let me ask something on the air. As soon as we got together today, before we clicked record, you said, "Hey, don't forget to ask me about Shane Douglas." And I have to admit, I don't really know what this is about. I haven't seen it. I think a lot of Shane. He's a nice guy, and I enjoyed his work in ECW. But I know you two have had your issues over the years.
No,
What's
I swear I've never had an issue with him. I can't even believe I'm acknowledging it, but because you're forced to look at your social media sometimes. He's got that 30-year itch, man. He just can't stop. He just can't get over me. And he did something where he said, "Oh God." He
you?
wished me the best, which was the nicest thing he'd ever said about me. I
Oh,
was
I
actually
just
shocked.
looked
I
it up
mean,
on social, and it says Shane Douglas hopes Ric Flair can find whatever peace he's searching for. That's the phrase.
yeah. Well, I have found it, Shane. And once again, you've told another story. Shame on you, because why would I try to fly out of town when I never fly out at night? Nobody took me to the airport. I didn't stop in 10 bars. Yes, I still drink. It's my business, not yours. And you're right about one thing. I got paid a shitload of money. You didn't. And don't worry about me finding me. Find, what's his real name?
Troy Martin.
I wish that Shane Douglas could find Toy Martin, whoever that is, and that Toy Martin could find Shane Douglas, whoever they are. And as an FYI, he's another guy that Bischoff brought in for me to put over. See, I just can't get rid of Bischoff. 30, 30 years later, Shane, get over it. Look in the mirror. You didn't get along with the clique. You were a star in ECW. Wow. Hall of Fame career. Oh my God, they're making documentaries all about you every time. Let me see. No, no. Um, can you help me out, Conrad?
Well, I mean, there's been ECW documentaries,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, listen, if we're going to compare your resume to almost anyone else in wrestling, that's
No,
tough.
I'm not even comparing. I mean, what is the deal about why can't he just forget about me? He
Right.
walked up to me and goes, "Hey, I'm sorry. I mean, to face, he's the nicest guy in the world to me, but he just loves to talk." I don't even know. The joke with me used to be about him looking at because someone told me he worked at Target. So I did the old Wikipedia thing. He did work at Target. So, and you know, I hope a lot of the fans that have come to see me over the years work at Target, shop at Target. I shop at Target, but you certainly don't have a resume that can ever, ever comment on me or my career. Please get over it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's not dunk on the guy for having a real life and a real job. I mean, that's the
No,
bad
I'm not.
part.
I'm not. I'm not. He's dumping on me. Have you ever heard him bring up his name to you?
No, we've never, no,
Never. Have I ever brought up his name?
no. I mean, that's why I brought it up
That,
today. Cause you're like,
that,
oh, don't forget.
no, does he bring up mine? Has he brought up my name over the years a
Yeah.
thousand times?
Yes. Yes.
Has he ditched me a thousand times?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not ditching him now. I'm just saying the same thing Eric said to me. Get over it. I don't know what. I didn't do anything different to you than I did to Johnny Ace. And according to Johnny Ace, I started his career, gave him his first pair of boots. Hell, I probably got Johnny Ace laid for the first time. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
before he
Well,
was before he was married.
I hope that one day, sincerely, I mean, I like Shane. Shane's always been cool to me. And,
He's cool to me too when I see him in person. But every time I turn around, he's talking about me and telling a story. I don't fly out at night, Shane.
right.
I went to the hotel bar. I like to watch sports. I didn't stop at 10 bars along the way and keep your nephew.
Okay. All
And
right.
if I
So wait,
did, I'm sure I paid him a lot of money.
I found the quote. Not long after that, there was a big time wrestling show out of Boston down near Pittsburgh. My
Steve
nephew
Bergen.
had driven me down. So Flair was there, got paid a ton of money. He went out in the very first segment and did a 3-minute promo. He needed my nephew to drive him back to the airport. So my nephew left. This is at the top of the show, and I'm on late in the show. Like an hour after the show's over, my nephew still hasn't come back. And we're like an hour from the airport. He ended up finally coming back an hour and a half, 2 hours after the show had ended, and he apologized. He said, "We weren't a mile down the road, and Rick made me pull into a bar." He said he stopped at every bar going to the airport. I'm like, well, that obviously means he's drinking again, right? That's like one of those things. If you've survived this medically induced coma, straighten up. My take now is, for whatever it's worth, and I'm not trying to play psychoanalyst, I don't think Ric Flair, first of all, Richard Flair no longer exists. He's allowed Ric Flair to take over that body, and there's a real danger of that because that is truly a mental illness. We are playing a role. I'm very keenly aware of the differences of Shane Douglas and Troy Martin, and I hope they're very different people. So, yeah.
Now I have a mental issue too.
Well, you kind of do. I mean, come on now. Let's be honest.
I could. I've been accused of worse. And yeah, hey, here's the deal about me. I have committed adultery.
Oh my gosh.
I have done everything wrong there is in making personal decisions about women.
Well,
I have been in rehab. We're going into the new year. I almost died twice, once in an airplane crash, 3 times, once when I got hit by lightning, third time 5 years ago in Chicago. I still drink. I still work out. I still have fun. I live in a fraternity house in Tampa. Wendy lives at the beach and comes down here because she gets tired of fraternity house. She can take 1 weekend of it a month, sometimes 2. Okay. I'm going to continue to live here until one day you get the call.
oh, come
And then
on.
you're going to say, and then you know what you're going to say? You're going to say, just like Frank Sinatra did.
You did it
At
your
least
way.
he did it his way and he had fun. And right now I'm laughing and having fun. And for every motherfucker out there that wishes they were me, and there are millions of you, millions of you. After you watch this documentary, you're going to be going, holy shit, to have lived one day of his life, whether it was the hard times or the good times, to have lived 1 minute of that life. Holy shit. Luckiest motherfucker alive. Luckiest. And now, according to Shane Douglas, I have mentally ill too. So guilty.
Well, I hope one day Shane Douglas goes to RicFlairDrip.com.
Instead of saying, for Shane, instead of saying I was the wildest motherfucker that ever lived, but the wildest son of a bitch that ever lived, I should have said, I'm the craziest son of a bitch that ever lived. I'll take that.
You know what? I think we all will, and I hope that everybody's celebrating with their family. This weekend is Christmas.
God,
Let's get in
me
that
too.
Christmas spirit.
Let's just all live in peace, be happy. We're going into the holiday. A lot of you hate it, but I'm still here. For those that like me, I'm thankful for your support, but damn it, I'm guilty of a lot of things and I own up to every bit of it. I'll take it. I deserve it. The good and the bad. I'm guilty of a lot, but I have never intentionally and meaningfully hurt anybody ever. Sometimes it just came with the territory of the job description, travel, whatever. But